Airbnb is under fire for their cleaning fees.
Guests are putting the platform and hosts on blast for what they think are unreasonable cleaning fees.
Potential guests are demanding more transparency for what the total booking cost will be, are asking for fewer fees, and many are returning to staying at hotels instead of short-term rentals.
Is that really how the majority of people feel, or is it just a media play to give attention to the loudest objectors?
And if it's really causing guests to look at hotels first instead of short-term rentals, should we as hosts be considering lowering our fees or getting rid of the cleaning fee altogether to attract more bookings?
What's up, guys? I'm Steven.
And I'm Kylie, and today we're diving into a highly debated topic in the short-term rental world right now, Airbnb cleaning fees.
If you clicked on this video, chances are you're a short-term rental host or you're considering becoming one.
Or you were triggered in some way by our title and have come here to make your voice heard in the comments.
Type away. But our goal for this video is to look at both sides objectively and share how we do things.
And we're also going to be transparent with you guys that Steven and I have been having different perspectives when it comes to the cleaning fee structure in our own short-term rental business.
So we'll tell you about that, and we'll tell you some of our plans for how to handle our cleaning fee structure going forward.
All right, so the question we're all debating is, should Airbnb hosts be charging a line item fee for cleaning?
We launched our first Airbnb more than 5 years ago. Since then, we've always just treated cleanings as a pass-through cost that the guest would pay.
Yeah, we'd get a quote from a cleaner for the house, and that is the amount that we would charge the guests for the cleaning.
We know there's hosts out there that pad their cleaning fee a bit.
Or a lot.
But we also know that it's a factor when it comes to a guest booking decision.
If a potential guest is trying to decide between two properties that have a similar nightly rate and similar amenities, the cleaning fee might become a deciding factor in which one they book.
One thing we definitely want to note is that cleanings aren't a one-size-fits-all thing. There are a lot of factors at play, even within our own portfolio.
So we want you to keep in mind that as we go through all of this today, we're speaking directly from our own experience and what's worked for us historically.
We'll be honest with you about what we do and why, but we're fully aware that what works for us might not work for you, and vice versa.
Some of you watching might have a bunch of properties and maybe you've decided to have an in-house cleaning staff, but we don't have that.
You also might be operating in a city where market rates for cleaning are lower, and we see this variance amongst the cities in our own portfolio.
For example, we have a one-bedroom property in San Diego, and that's our lowest cleaning fee currently, but it's actually the highest per square foot cleaning fee that we have across all 40-something properties.
In the past, we've tried to shop around a bit. We realized you get what you pay for. And then there's also a factor of this sort of $100 minimum kind of seems to be their call out fee for any cleaner. So it's kind of frustrating for such a small spot, but that's the situation we're in.
We're willing to pay a little bit more for someone who's reliable and who takes pride in their work because we expect a lot out of them.
We also only hire people who are insured, and so that's always going to translate into a bit higher costs.
All of this is just to say that the actual rate of your cleaning fee is going to vary depending on so many different factors. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, so yeah, that's it. We'll get back on track now.
One argument for keeping cleaning fees separate from your nightly rates is that it creates the illusion of a lower cost. Guest sees a nightly rate at X price, they might be triggered to click on your property, and they don't see that full cost with taxes and fees until later. But that leads to my concern with getting rid of the cleaning fees altogether, is that if we increase the nightly rates to compensate, then all of a sudden maybe your listing isn't that attractive when guests are scrolling through a bunch of listings because it has a higher nightly rate.
And that is a valid point because unfortunately in some of the markets that we operate in, and let us know in the comments if you're the same way, in particular the Palm Springs area, there's been this sort of race to the bottom when it comes to pricing.
Basically, a lot of people bought houses over the last few years when demand for rentals and occupancy were super high. Then we've seen in the last year a shift kind of back towards typical seasonality, where most people are traveling during the nice weather times of year, kind of November to April.
A lot of inexperienced hosts who were used to these full calendars year-round saw their calendars empty during these slow times, and we think just panicked and just started slashing their prices. And it created this race to the bottom, which was bad news for hosts and managers like us who have a different perspective.
Yeah, we have a differentiated portfolio with high quality homes with high quality service. So we're always looking to keep our rates competitive, but we aren't going to play the slash game. We're never going to give properties away just to fill the calendar.
So we like to pick a nightly rate that's fair and that gets people onto the listing where then they can see the photos and the reviews and the amenities, and then hopefully a reasonable cleaning fee isn't too much of a deterrent to complete the booking.
Airbnb announced some time ago that they'd be giving guests the option to display an all-in cost on the search page, and we noticed this morning that that's actually an option that you can toggle on and off.
Yeah, it was actually a difference between yesterday and today when we saw that on the guest view. So if you're searching for a place to stay, let us know in the comments if you've seen that yet.
But since this is still a manually controlled thing and not the universal display in the search results, it still concerns me to inflate our nightly rates to absorb a $0 cleaning fee.
But if this really does become like the view where guests have full transparency of the total price in their search results, then I think my perspective of getting rid of that line item cleaning fee makes more sense.
Yeah, so Kylie is kind of looking at this from the perspective of frustrated guests, which I understand. So we're going to start investigating and doing a little trial of building the cleaning fee into some nightly rates.
I just think it would be a good experiment to see if it would help increase bookings. Because we've said this before and we'll keep saying it again, this business is ever changing and you have to adapt.
Starting today, we're going to do some sort of A/B comparison with some trials of a few properties with a $0 cleaning fee.
And we're also going to be switching some properties to a lower cleaning fee model where we drastically reduce the line item of the cleaning fee, but not totally bring it to zero.
Yeah, that might help with sort of guest perception if they're comparing properties, one cleaning fee versus the other. But because we still know that nightly rates are going to be a factor in people's decision, we're going to do some A/B comparisons of comparable properties.
So choosing similar properties with current similar occupancy rates and similar amenities. One group will stick with the current cleaning fee pricing model, one will go to a zero cleaning fee, and one will go to a lower cleaning fee, ABC.
Our duplex properties in San Diego will be a test group where we'll leave one property with the cleaning fee as is, and the other part of the duplex will build the cleaning fee into the nightly rates. And then for our Scottsdale property, Saguaro, we're going to be going to kind of a middle ground cleaning fee there. Over the last few months, we've seen a big drop in occupancy, and we just want to try something new, see if that can help us stand out from the competitive set.
The Super Bowl and the upcoming busy season with golf tournaments and spring training will more than make up for that occupancy dip that we saw, but we still want to give it a try.
We're also going to be getting rid of the cleaning fees at all of our monthly midterm rental properties. It's an easy thing to implement and just a little, perk that we see could attract more guests.
Yeah, those cleaning fees tend to be a little bit higher because the cleaners charge more for longer stays. So we'll just be taking that rate and dividing it by 30 and then spreading it out across the nightly rates.
It's going to result in maybe an $8 to $10 increase per night. It'd be pretty minor when you're looking at a longer booking.
Now, here's the deal. This is going to be ongoing testing and we will be reporting back with our findings. So you might want to click that like and subscribe and notification button so that you don't miss any of the results that we have from our testing.
And maybe we piqued your interest about midterm rentals. So if you want to learn more about those, take a look at this video on the screen.
Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.